I think that a few things to keep in mind, as I always tell my teams, is the 3 C's. Thinking about the content, the community, and really the context. Let me start off with the content. I think as brands, we need to always think about, as we engage with the consumers, what value exchange do we have? And consumers want to, if they see our material, they're really assessing the value exchange between content we give them for the time they give us. So the content needs to be useful, and that value exchange for content needs to be something I always tell my teams, educational and entertaining at the same time, so edutainment. The other one is then context, really understanding where you place your content. You just can't place it everywhere. In some places where the consumer is actually not ready to actually receive that type of content, it's the wrong context. So they're going to be annoyed, you're going to be disturbing them, interrupting them, which is no different to doing interruption marketing. The last one is the community. You need to ask yourself, just because as a brand you want to have a relationship with a consumer, the question is, does the consumer want a relationship with you? So I think you need to really think hard about that one and say, well, if I was this type of consumer, what relationship do you want with the brand? And then build what they want. So you need to take a consumer on a journey and build what they're comfortable with as you move forward. I think you need to look at not just getting into social media, but more importantly, looking at your whole marketing mix. Where does social media fit into your whole marketing strategy? If you're not doing digital well today already, then jumping into social media without the right fundamentals is actually quite detrimental. So making sure you have the right fundamentals in place. So understand how digital works for your business. Does your consumer want a relationship with you, and how will they participate with you online? And then understand some of the things that could go wrong and make sure you plan for those. And the most important one is to listen. Really listen to your consumers online before engaging them, because otherwise you're going to have the wrong conversations with them. It's always common for marketers, especially as they get new into it, to really think about just still pushing brand messages, product messages. As a brand going into social media is all about conversations. So how do you participate in conversation? So, you need to still bring your personality out as a brand. Just because you're offline, you have a particular personality, you can't overnight change your personality. So consumers understand that, and they notice very quickly if you're trying to not be yourself. It's like when you're talking to a friend and your friend is not being themselves. So I think you need to be genuine, authentic, and really live out who the brand you are in terms of their personality. You need a whole marketing strategy and looking at where social media fits in, and then once you work that out, I think the testing and learning approach is really important as you get into social media. So identify what you want to test and what you want to learn. And if Facebook is the right place, then you get in there, but not necessarily. Facebook is not your only choice. You can test in a niche site, you can test in other places. What's more important is understanding where your consumers are and then testing where they are, and you systematically improve what you need to do. So the answer is really understand where you want to be, and then more importantly, where you're not going to be is just as important as where you will be, because to my earlier point, if your personality is not doesn't have the same values on that social network, by you being in there is not really going to help you or do you any favors as a brand. I think there's, everyone gets into social media for different reasons. It could be the CEO just told them, or senior management said, our competitors actually in social media, why aren't we there? So, we've reacted and just getting in there because someone else is there, or our agency told us so. I think what's more important is really understand what is it you're trying to achieve with your marketing spend, and typically it's marketing dollars. So treat it like an investment. It is a marketing investment you're making. So make sure you have the right blue chip stocks, whether it be your display, your search, and then social media is a layer on top. And if you're going to invest there, then make sure you understand what is it, what point do I enter, what point do I need to change the strategy. So social media allows you to get incremental amplification of your conversations with your brand, but I think you need to be careful because you can also, it works negatively as well.